So this is extremely impromptu. I know I've said this in the past, but I really wasn't expecting to make a video today. I've had a very busy one, but you know, whenever there is major breaking Star Wars news, Star Wars Meg is there. So I made time, and it's quite late here in the UK, but I was dying to talk about this. It might not seem like much, it's just a new behind the scenes photo, but it might be more important than you think. I want to talk about possible connections, the tone of the movie, some concerns I've noticed fans have after seeing this, and I want to give you my honest reaction. So please be sure to subscribe for more daily Star Wars content. No more jibber jabber, let's dive straight in. So this is our second Starfighter update this month. Right at the end of August, we found out about some major actors who are going to be in this, and we also know production has begun, and now we have our first official behind the scenes photo. This was shared by the director Shawn Levy on Instagram, and just before I comment on the photo itself, don't you find it really strange we've had next to nothing public about the first of the upcoming Star Wars movies, The Mandalorian and Grogu? Still no public teaser trailer, no StarWars.com cast announcement, no stills, nothing. But we're hearing about Starfighter, which is 2 years away. Why is Lucasfilm so afraid to promote the Mando movie? That's why I've always maintained Starfighter should have come first. And judging from social media reactions, a lot of fans feel the same way. They're more excited about this than The Mandalorian and Grogu. I don't want to speak for everyone, but that's the way a lot of fans feel at the moment. An untapped period of the Star Wars timeline post Episode 9. I'm not saying we're sick of the Mandoverse. I personally am so excited for Ahsoka Season 2. But I think this is such an exciting change of pace. So let's dive into the photo. What are we looking at? Ryan Gosling on the left, and Flynn Grey on the right. And they're surrounded by a body of water. So this is probably an ocean planet. I'll comment on this in just a second. But the first thing you'll notice is just how reminiscent this is of Waterworld. Star Wars fans have been making Waterworld jokes all day. And sorry for my accent. I'm British, I say Waterworld. You guys in America say Waterworld. Did I get that right? It's a bit of a mouthful. Anyway, so yeah, the memes have been going all day. This looks like Waterworld but set in Star Wars. And then there are those saying, are they about to do Star Wars jet ski? It kind of looks like it, doesn't it? But joking aside, I have a bit of a theory that Star Wars Starfighter is going to tie into the Star Wars animated universe. Because this is set after the sequel trilogy, we might be in for a massive connection to Star Wars Resistance, often considered the least popular Star Wars animated show. I'll be honest with you, I thought Lucasfilm forgot about it, but they might be bringing some elements back. They've already started doing this earlier in the timeline in Ahsoka, Kaz's father, Senator Giorno. So when Star Wars fans saw this photo, and we put our thinking caps on, it dawned on me that given the title of the movie and the aesthetic, this might be the ocean planet of Castellon. This was the location of the Colossus, a mobile starship refueling station. It later participated in the Battle of Exegol. The main reason Star Wars fans think this might be Castellon and not Mon Cala is because of the racing. This might be unfounded speculation, but I kind of get the impression that Ryan Gosling's character is kind of like a Han Solo type, kind of a cool guy. And Castellon was best known for its high-speed starfighter races, held just above the ocean. These races, led by the station's famous Ace Squadron, were not just entertainment, they were a symbol of status and skill, with daring pilots pushing their ships to the limit. Maybe one day, Ryan Gosling's character is racing with his nephew, and they're recruited by the Resistance, or that's where they confront the villains for the first time, or maybe racing is recreational for them. And keep in mind, my friends, the action in this movie is going to be absolutely wild. We know this because the cinematographer is Claudio Miranda, who did Top Gun Maverick. Other fan theories state this might be Pabu, and there might be an older Omega connection. She would be much older at this point. Chances are this is a brand new planet. We're just speculating for the fun of it because there's a body of water, but this could be absolutely anywhere. Still, I'm excited. Little tidbits like this, snapshots and stills from behind the scenes, certainly gets fans excited. It feels like the movie is active, everything's going to plan, everything's in motion, and it's just nice to feel like we're along for the ride, like we're in the passenger seat. If this is Castellon, and they do decide to connect it to Star Wars animation, could we see the return of Kaz in live action this time? I wonder how involved Dave Filoni is with this movie. Given the fact he's CCO, I would expect him to have some kind of say. But now let's talk about some fan concerns, and there is one very legitimate concern that I hadn't considered. So, we don't know if the plot rumours are true, in that Ryan Gosling's character and Flynn Grey are uncle and nephew. For some reason, 2 villains are after them, they go on this big adventure, Ryan is protecting the boy, and along their mission, in the process, they grow close, and the theme of found family is back. The major concern some fans have is this movie's just going to be another iteration of the Mandalorian trope, Din Djarin and Grogu, which is a fundamental part of the heart of the Star Wars franchise, but it's being overdone to death. And it's not just with Mando and Grogu, we also saw it in the Kenobi show, and another notorious example is in the Bad Batch, especially in Season 1 with Omega and Hunter. It's what they call the lone wolf and cub trope, which when you do it once or twice is cute, but if you repeatedly inject it, it quickly becomes overdone and unoriginal. And that's the concern with this photo. We're not going to jump the gun, but I think Star Wars fans have reached a point where they're done giving Lucasfilm the benefit of the doubt. Generally speaking, now the confetti has settled after Andor Season 2, Star Wars is in a very tough place. It's a question of, you've got to get this right. And I really do sympathize with that. I feel that way about Ahsoka Season 2. The first season did so many things right, and generally speaking you'll hear the opinion that the first 6 episodes were great, but they fell apart in the final 2. Then you factor in how fans felt about The Acolyte, Mando Season 3, overall apathy towards the brand. We're reaching a point where there is no more room for mistakes, and fans are worried Starfighter is just going to be another recycled iteration of The Mandalorian, copying the same formula. It's a legit concern, but I think it's a bit premature. You might say I'm being too optimistic, and I'm missing a few red flags, but I'm really keeping my fingers crossed for this one. I know there was some chitter-chatter about A-listers, but Ryan Gosling to me is an exception. He's not missed in a very, very long time. His recent films have been bangers. Shawn Levy might not be to everyone's taste, but he seems like he knows what he's doing. From all accounts and sources, the script is really solid, and they know what they're doing. They have a plan, a phenomenal cast, and so to me the puzzle pieces are all in the right place. So I'm expecting a lot from this movie, and I do think out of the next 2 films, that's going to be the one with the higher box office. The pull of Ryan Gosling, Matt Smith, a new Star Wars movie that promises action, adventure, a new point in the timeline, new planets, new heroes, new villains. We don't know for certain if there is anything with the Force, but to be honest, they might not need it. If this is going to focus on resistance squadrons and piloting, this might feel right out of the expanded universe, something that Michael Stackpole would write, and that can be fun and refreshing in and of itself. And isn't it just so great to have no Tatooine? Give us more oceans because we are sick of that desert. But what do you guys think? What do you make of this photo? Is it a yay or is it a shrug? Share your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, my dear friends, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and may the Force be with you always.